Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Check out my wig. Okay, and Mochi. Say hi, Mochi. Okay, yeah, because I'm supposed to walk her. It's usually her walk time right now, but I am going to film this video first and then go walk her. Okay, so in this video, I want to talk about how you can empower yourself, or the lessons that I've learned on self-empowerment. I think it's pretty obvious why you want to empower yourself, because honestly, if you want to self-actualize, if you want to go after your dreams, no matter how big or small your dream is, or like just any goals, you need to have this self-empowerment, because when you are faced with challenges and obstacles, this empowerment is what is going to get you through all those challenges and obstacles. And when you're faced with obstacles and challenges, it's very unhelpful for you to rely on external factors, because ultimately you are going to be the one who's going to take actions and who's going to need to put in the effort and hard work through those challenging times. What I've realized is that when I'm not feeling super empowered, like I would lack the faith to believe that I can get through this obstacle, which in turn translates into me not having the motivation or courage to go all out for it and to put in 100% of my effort and time, which obviously, if you don't put in 100% of your effort and time to conquer those obstacles, you're basically risking not achieving the best optimal result, right? It's very logical. So yeah, I'm just gonna give you guys a few habits, I guess, that I developed along my self-empowerment journey to help you cultivate the sense of empowerment within yourself. So the first habit that really helped me to feel empowered is to learn to make my own decisions. Before, whenever I'm faced with a decision, I tend to ask for other people's opinions, like my friends, my family, and I would constantly be asking for reassurances from other people. I would be like, what do you think I should do? Like, what do you think I should choose? And even when sometimes I'm 80% certain about a choice, I would still ask other people's opinions and hoping to get validation from other people. But then I realized that when you're asking other people to make decisions for you, you're actually giving your power away to other people, because they're not gonna know what's best for you. Nobody knows you better than you do. It's really important for you to learn to make your own decisions. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't get any external information, or like you shouldn't consult anybody when making like a huge ass decision. Obviously, you want to be very educated and informed before making like a big decision, but get all the information that you can, and get like, even you can ask people for advice and stuff, but ultimately make your own decisions. Whenever I am faced with like a big decision, I usually don't tell anyone that I am making this decision. I do ask people for information and stuff. I wouldn't get swayed by their opinions, because their opinions comes from their experiences and their perceptions, which like are totally irrelevant to your life. Just because someone else made a choice and didn't end up getting a good result doesn't mean that you're gonna go through the same thing, because like everyone's different. Learn to make your own decisions, especially when it's like a big decision, because you have to understand that anything that's in the future is unknown. Like no matter how much you think about it, you cannot control, like it's just impossible to control the outcome. Even if everybody tells you that you're gonna succeed or blah blah, and then like you made that choice and then you don't succeed, they're not gonna be responsible for that, and you're on your own regardless. And I know making big decisions is really scary because you don't know what's gonna happen, right? My advice for you would be to look inward and see what makes your heart sing, basically. Personally, I don't like to take the safer option just because it's safer. You only have one life, right? And things that come with big rewards usually have larger risk. Ultimately, you should choose whatever makes you happy, like truly, genuinely happy, not like in the short term. You should make a decision that truly fulfills your soul, which brings to the point of why being in touch with yourself is really important, because sometimes we can seek for certain experiences out of ego, or like our egotistical standpoint. So what I usually do when I'm faced with a big decision is that I usually like hermit myself, because I really need my alone time to like really see what I need and really get in touch with myself. Yeah, so like when you're faced with a big decision, or like just decisions in general, try not to rely too much on other people's opinions or like other people's validations, but instead rely rely on your own internal inner guidance, like what you truly want. Because after you made that decision, when you're faced with like obstacles and challenges, you are ultimately the person who's going to need to like put in the effort and work to overcome those obstacles. Nobody else is going to help you with that or can help you with that. So it's really important that you make a empowered decision by yourself. Ultimately, there's no good or bad decisions, they're just decisions, right? And the second lesson that I've learned is to train your mind to have an instinctive reaction of, I can handle this. There's always a way. I know I can do this. I'll figure out a way. Because ultimately, whatever that obstacle or challenges are, like ultimately at the core, they are just obstacles. They're just like issues, problems. And if there are issues and problems, there's always a way to solve them. You have to train your mind to believe in yourself in handling difficult situations, because you're living your life journey by yourself. Life is ultimately an individual experience because you experience this world individually. So cultivate that belief. Okay, I have a friend who's like she freaks out easily when she's faced with like obstacles and challenges, and I'm the kind of person who's just like, I'm pretty composed when faced with like challenges. Like I guess a personality difference, but regardless of our instinctive reactions to those challenges, both of us would eventually find a way to solve this problem. So really, like if you're gonna find a way to solve this problem and to overcome this obstacle regardless, why not do it in a very empowering way? You might as well just empower yourself to have that optimism and have that strong self-confidence in overcoming obstacles and challenges in the first place. So yeah, just try to like rewire your brain, try to brainwash yourself of, yes, I can handle this. No matter what the situation is, I'll figure something out. Say that more often and use that as an affirmation to help you develop that sense of empowerment. Sometimes when we're faced with challenges, it's really easy to get discouraged, especially when you're not in a good headspace. Like I totally get it. So I'm gonna recommend you guys a book, okay? It's called Obstacle is the Way. It's this book. So personally, I find that whenever I feel really discouraged in life and when faced with challenges and obstacles, when I read this, it like really recharges my spirits. Like it really does that. It's like not too thick, it's not like a long book. Yeah, so I highly recommend this book to those who are trying to actualize their dreams, because when you're actualizing your dreams and like when you're going after your biggest desires, you're inevitably gonna run into problems and like obstacles, because obstacles are literally the best way for us to learn and grow. So yeah, highly recommend. And another way for me to kind of recultivate that self-confidence and self-empowerment when I feel discouraged is to reflect on how far I've come and how many obstacles I've overcome in my life. Just try to appreciate my own ability and effort. Now moving on to the next point. Next point is to know yourself deeply. Like truly understand yourself, what your core values are, what fulfills you, what makes you happy, what shadow aspects do you have, like what negative emotions that do come up within you. Like for me, I've talked about this a lot actually on my channel and like on my blog. I am a really competitive person and I get jealous really easily. Yes, and that would count as my shadow aspects. And when you are able to recognize both your light attributes and your shadow attributes and come to terms with them and like truly embrace everything about you, accept who you are, because it's who you are, like you should accept who you are, then you would feel really empowered. Because first, you wouldn't feel ashamed when your shadow aspects come up, or like when other people point out that, hey, like why are you doing this, like why blah blah blah. Like you wouldn't feel too bad because you would be able to own up your own faults from a very empowered place. And plus, you would not be prone to other people's projections, because on my journey in life, people tend to see me as very naive, I guess, which I guess because I'm like really optimistic, and like a lot of people think that I'm naive and like I don't really think deeply into problems. Like I used to doubt myself a lot because of other people's projections, and now because I know who I am, it's very easy to tell if their opinions are a projection of their perceptions or like a projection of their own shit onto me or not. And if sometimes like other people's opinions actually reflect some things about me, because now that I know myself inside and out, it's easier for me to reflect too. When I realize that, oh, how I'm portraying myself, how I'm carrying myself is communicating a different message than what I want to communicate. And when other people give me that kind of feedback, it's easier for me to see how I can change it, because I already know myself very well, you know? Yeah, so knowing yourself and reflect regularly on your own internal state is honestly an indispensable ingredient and factor in self-empowerment and in so many other important virtues in life. So yes, definitely try to get to know yourself on a very, very deep level. Yes, not just on an egotistical level. Yeah. Moving on to the next lesson that I've learned. So the next one is to speak your truth and assert your boundaries when necessary. Because first of all, like, why would you want to lie? If you're lying with the intention of deceiving someone and like taking advantage of someone, then obviously you shouldn't do that because it's like so bad. It's like honestly bad karma for you, okay? Like, you don't want to be that kind of person. And if you're lying to protect someone else's feelings, I honestly believe that you can live your truth while taking into consideration of other people's emotions and feelings. Because personally, I just don't think that it's worth compromising my integrity and like my truth just because someone else might not like my truth. If my truth counters someone else's belief systems or like needs and wants, I would 100% try my best to communicate my truth in a way that is more acceptable by the other person. But I would not sacrifice my truth and like lie because I want to protect other people's feelings, because then I'm not protecting myself or like my feelings. I'm not prioritizing my needs and wants and truth and values. Honestly, speaking your truth is such an empowering experience, because before, like, I would really be afraid of speaking my truth and like hurting other people's feelings. Like, for example, sometimes I don't feel like going out with my friends or like hanging out with somebody, but because I don't want to like hurt other people's feelings, I would just succumb to whatever they want without voicing what I want. And I find that once you start doing that, it's like it develops into a habit, and then you start to like people please a lot, which is like the exact opposite of self-empowerment. And yeah, and you don't want to do that, because if someone truly loves you and appreciates you, this person will want you to live your truth and want you to be happy and want you to have your needs and wants met. So yeah, speak your truth and assert your boundaries when needed. But remember that asserting boundaries doesn't mean that it has to be very aggressive or argumentative. You can do so in a very loving and compassionate way. You can communicate in a very loving and compassionate way. And if the people who you are communicating to truly love and care about you, then they would respect your boundaries. If they are mad because you have your own boundaries and you're like protecting your needs and wants, then those people are the exact kind of people who you need to set your boundaries with. And moving on to the final lesson that I've learned is to learn to be your own anchor. Learn to be your own anchor in this reality, in this world. Try to cultivate a sense of feeling really safe, because you know you have the power and ability to advocate for yourself, to protect yourself. This being your own anchor thing really builds up upon the ability of being able to speak your truth and being able to like assert your boundaries, because then you know you yourself wouldn't allow other people to take advantage of you, because you know that you can voice your needs and advocate for yourself. Yes, so like being your own anchor is like such an empowering experience. And that is all for this video. If you have any other thoughts on how we can all empower ourselves, please share it in the comment section, because I'm sure it can help people if they see it, and it can also help me too. So yeah, I just want to close with the notes of remember that you are powerful. You are powerful because we're all powerful. You are the creator of your reality. You are the dreamer of your dream. You are in full control of your life. So empower yourself, like cultivate that power. Don't ever forget that you are powerful. Don't ever forget that about yourself, okay? And yeah, I hope this video is helpful and inspiring, and yeah, I just hope that this video is helpful and empowering and inspiring. If you have any questions or any suggestions or anything that you want to share about how to empower yourself, don't hesitate to comment down below. And no matter who you are, I genuinely wish you all the best of luck in your self-actualization journey. And even if nobody believes in your dream, you have to believe in your dream, okay? Because you are the dreamer of your dream. Okay, yes. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content like this. And yeah, take good care of yourself and empower yourself every day. Love yourself. Yeah, I hope to see you in my next video. Until next time, bye. Also, I love this wig. Yeah, this wig is from Insert Name Here. I'll put the link in the description box if you guys are interested. But I love this wig. Oh my god. Okay. Bruh. Sorry, I'm like distracted. Yeah. Okay. Like, this book is pretty short and it's like a yeah. Hold on, Mochi. Can you like not sit on my knee? Or yeah, your own faults, prone to other people's projections.